Hey, welcome to episode 6 of the best episodes of Credit 101. If you guys don't know, we have 206 episodes of Credit 101, and this is one of the best episodes. So I have 30 best episodes. This is number 6. Now, this one is about medical debt. Medical debt is it's bothering a lot of people. So that's why I wanted to put together this worksheet that you guys can actually fill out. So if you guys have medical debt and you want to track it, because you don't want it to end up on your credit report, then I definitely have this worksheet here for you. So let's actually check it out, because I'm like, what else can I say other than let's actually look at the document. So this is the medical debt tracking form. If you guys are already in the course, you can download it down below. If you guys do not have access to the course, use my link down below. It's $1 trial to actually get access to this, plus over 40 other downloadable things that you guys can use inside of the course. This is just one of them where we're talking about medical debt. So you're going to use this form to track your medical debts. So if you guys have medical debts, this is going to be perfect for you. You're going to track all your medical debts and then their impact on your credit reports. Keeping track of your medical debts, your payments, or any associated credit report entries would help you stay organized and address your potential issues affecting your credit score. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what you need to actually fill in. So when it comes to all medical debts, I don't care what it is. I really don't want to talk about it. Go down here, look at the bottom. As of July 2022, paid medical debts no longer appear in your credit reports, or unpaid medical debts under $500. So if it's under $500, I don't care what's going on with it, paid or unpaid. I don't care what it is. It cannot be on your credit reports. Or if it's paid, it cannot be on your credit reports. And that includes settled debts. Settled debts is payment, basically. I'm not an attorney. I could side with an attorney on that. But listen, okay? Certain medical debts shouldn't be on our credit reports, because medical debts can hurt us in terms of bringing our credit score down, and that's only a certain type of credit, like FICOs and stuff like that. Different, depending on which type of report they're pulling for you. So let's talk about how you need to fill this in. So if you got a medical debt on your credit reports, you need to put the name of the medical provider, the date that you actually got your service, the amount owed, and then you need to talk about if you have a payment plan or not. And then you need to know the date that is reported to the credit bureau, and you need to say whether it's paid or unpaid. If you see any paid debts on your credit report, I gave you guys free dispute letters. Find out, look through the different episodes, look at the different downloads, and find out which one talk about disputes, because that can be a dispute letter that you guys can send in. And I think that I created a dispute letter for medical debt too. I thought that I did, but if it's paid, dispute it, because it shouldn't be on a credit report, and tell them to remove it. And then add any type of notes on here. So when I look back on medical debts that I would have had, if it was under $500, again, it can't be on my credit report now as of July 2022. But if it was medical debts on there, depending on who's reporting, honestly, I will always think about just suing the company. That's just what I'm thinking in my head. I will try to figure out what's the name of the collection company, because these medical debts, you guys, they're being reported by collection companies, and they have to do certain things. So I would try to see like who's the actual collection company. If it was me, I would send them a validation of debt letter saying, hey, I see this account on my credit report. But I will actually first dispute it with the credit bureaus, because when it comes down to these accounts, you really have to dispute it with the credit bureaus first. So actually send that dispute to the credit bureaus, find that letter, send it to all 3 credit bureaus that's reporting on. Next, tell them, hey, you're reporting these accounts as accurate and these as they're complete. And I haven't seen any type of validation. Ask for validation at that point. Say, hey, I haven't seen any type of validation. I need you to validate this account that's on my credit report. If they fail to send any type of response, I want to talk about just me. If they fail to send me any type of response, then that means that you're not following the rules in terms of reporting accounts on the credit reports and making sure that you guys have accurate and complete information. And they're actually showing that this debt is actually valid too. They could just put anything on your credit report. So I would have that letter to the credit bureaus and a letter to the company. And if they do not respond and they continue to add it to the credit report, I will send more letters to the credit bureaus and also to the companies. And I'll package that thing up and I will file a lawsuit against them about this medical debt. If you guys haven't this going to be kind of early, but I am going to talk more about my lawsuit that I had with Midland. I'm going to actually show, because that one I settled, which means Midland, like, okay, we're not gonna say we messed up or not, but what you want, Rickita. Basically, that was a conversation, and we settled. Um, so I'm going to open that up so you guys can see what letters did I send out. How, you can see the process of it going through the courts. When did I file stuff? What was my process? I'm going to talk about that. So if you guys know you got medical debts on your credit reports, you got to think about HIPAA too. It's certain things that just cannot be shared. It's so many different rights when it come down to our medical debt, because that's our personal information. They can say stuff, or they can get information that can be very detrimental in terms of us making money, or you know that's personal information they should not have out. So with accounts like that, I would just wait or find out if I release that video, depending on when you're watching this. So we're talking December. I plan on releasing October 2024. I plan on releasing that in January or February of 2025. If you haven't seen it already, I suggest you guys check that out, because you might want to set up the same thing. I'm not saying you do, I'm not saying you don't, but you might want to set up the same thing. And if you guys set up the same thing, then possibly you guys can have options. In my lawsuit, what I said that I wanted was, I told them that I wanted them to give me $8,000. I wanted them to delete that account for my credit reports. Those are the two things. Oh, no, that wasn't the two things. And stop talking about this money you say I owe you. I don't care if it's true or not. Stop talking about it. Don't sell it to anybody. This debt is just clear. That's what I told them in my original complaint. That's what I told them I wanted. And then we end up settling. Now, I can't talk about what we actually settled for, but what I'm telling you is I'm not going to think about settling any company, especially when I know they're messing up. And now I know that they're not going to respond in a certain way, and they're rather settle out accounts. I would rather just go the route of just, sending in dispute letters to the credit bureaus and to the companies, send them all certified, because you guys have to make sure that you're sending certified mail. So I would suggest that you guys send them certified, and then go from there. That's what I would totally suggest for you guys when it come down to this medical debt. But keep track of the medical debt. If you decide that you want to just settle these medical debts that's on your credit reports, then put on here whether you got a payment plan, or ask them to do a pay for the well, you ain't got to ask for pay for deletion no more, because once it's paid, it got to get deleted. You can just let them know, hey, I'm going to pay this certain amount. Let's go ahead and settle it. Say if it's $500, say, hey, can I pay you $250? Can I pay you $260? Or whatever you want to pay them. And then ask them how long is it going to take for them to update it as paid on your credit reports. Because once it's updated as paid, don't forget, any paid medical debt should not be on your credit report. That is a route too. Some people like, I'm not going to go to sue around. I'm going to just get them their little money and I'm going to call it a day. If that's you, then give them their little money and call it a day. Okay. But you guys definitely have this inside of the Credit 101 actual membership. If you guys don't have the membership, get the membership. I have it down below for $1. It's a 7-day free trial. And I hope that this is helpful, but I know a lot of this stuff is stuff that when I was going over some of this stuff, I'm like, this is stuff that I used. So like, here you go. Okay. This is what's going to help you get your stuff together. And now I look at it, I see a dispute letter. It's in episode 14. So yeah, here's a dispute letter right here. Say episode 14. Episode 14 have your dispute letter, and it has a validation debt letter and inquiry removal letter. That's in episode 14 of Credit 101. And then I have a guide too, what to do if the credit reporting agency does not respond quick. That's in number 15. So you guys have so much stuff. I would suggest, though, I'm telling y'all, look for January 2025 when I finish open up the full case and tell y'all all the details. Okay. Alrighty. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.